Hey, what's going on, guys? So again, still experimenting. So if the video is still a little joggy, I'm sorry. I'm hoping this works. Yeah, this is gonna work. It's not the best setup right now. It's probably better if I had like a table or something, but I'll have to figure it out. So, anyways, I haven't even told you what I'm reviewing yet, even though you probably know it by the title. I'm reviewing the DC Mcfarlane multiverse Booster Gold Futures End. But first, let's take a look at the box. On the back, you've got the this portrait, Booster Gold Futures End, that, and that. Okay, so still not the best with boxes, definitely. Unfortunately, he really only comes with one accessory. Well, actually, no, he comes with two. But they're the standard accessories. Well, actually, one is a little more than standard. But first, you've got his bio card here, and there's that. It's got a bio on the back that reads, real name, Michael John Carter. College football star of the 25th century who earned the nickname Booster on the field. Even though people assumed him a professional career of fame and fortune was in his future, he said he couldn't wait and wagered his own games. Scandal ruined his dreams and reputation, taking a job as a security guard in Metropolis Space Museum. Mike saw another opportunity after studying the early age of superheroes with future and alien technology stolen from the museum. And a time machine that was on a display, he realized he could not only become a superhero himself in a past era where his criminal history was unknown, but he could also make his good deeds profitable. So yeah, now Booster Gold isn't like the most familiar character to me. I know who he is. I know the basic concept of him. I do like him as a character, but I will say he's pretty like in terms of how much interaction I've had with him, it's primarily been with occasionally him showing up in cartoons. Like I know he for sure showed up in Batman Brave and the Bold, and I caught a couple clips of that. And then of course later on I discovered a lot more about him, but you know, he's still semi unfamiliar to me, but like I know the basic concept of him. But so here he is. Now they've already done a Booster Gold figure, much like they did a Ted Cord Blue Beetle, but we'll get into that later. But I can already tell you that this one is much more gold. I think there is some different designs in the costume than the previous one that they did, but I'm not sure. Head sculpt is good. I will say there's a part of me that's kind of and it's not great lighting, but this is blonde. The lighting kind of made it look like it was the same color. It works, but there's also a part of me that wishes that this was see through and you had eyes behind it. And he's got a very confident grin, like a stereotypical football player in a high school movie. so yeah, and then you got the gold blue there, gold and blue. That's mainly what his scheme is. So I mean, he's called Booster Gold for a reason. So yeah, symbol paint is done really nice, and yes, the gold is actually shiny. But I think this is a reuse of a body. I just don't remember which body it is anymore because so many figures have reused it. But I don't necessarily mind reuse if the body works. So, his other accessory. Well, it is a stand, but it is actually a flight stand. So I know he can fly and all that. I'm not saying he can't, but you give a flight stand to Booster Gold, but you can't give it to somebody like a movie Blue Beetle action figure or something like that. That's wild to me, in my opinion. But hey, I'm glad I have it. They don't necessarily last super long if you have them holding something really heavy, but whatever. And there is the DC logo printed on the bottom of that. So let's take a look at his articulation. Now, granted, I've only had him out for a couple of days, so some of his joints are going to be tight. But his head can look up and look down, look side to side, and he has head tilt that goes that, Got the usual dumbbell joint. Well, there is really exaggerated. He's got his shoulder that goes that far up. Can rotate all the way around. Got a well, for some reason, bicep swivels have been like really weird. Double jointed elbows. Wrist hinge and swivel. Got a diaphragm joint and a lower waist joint that allows him to bend that far forward, bend that far back, and then they both can rotate independently and move side to side. The legs can kick out that far, although I will say going that far actually starts to put pressure on this piece here. So my recommendation is maybe only go maybe as that far. There's actually a little bit of rotation. Double jointed knees and ankle that goes down. Still getting used to. And I'm not necessarily at the best angle either because I'm sitting down on the floor. So yeah, ankle goes that far down, that far up. Rotates side to side and swivels and toe articulation. So I will say it kind of does disappoint that they didn't make they didn't give him some more accessories. In my opinion, I mean, I don't know necessarily what would be like important accessories, but he's from the future, so give me some random like gadgets that, you know, supposedly make our technology inferior. So yeah, let's see if I can get him to stand. Okay, so there he is. I'll have him off to the side a little bit. We have to put him next to his partner in crime here, or I guess partner in heroics, who is not from the future, very much from our time period. See if they'll stand. Blue Beetle. Now, these are different than the 2-pack that they did with Blue Beetle and Booster Gold. I can't remember all the differences, but I do know that at least with Booster Gold, I think it's a semi-different costume, but either way, I know both of them have different paint schemes. And in fact, I've heard a lot of people prefer actually these two versions of the characters in action figure form. But I'm just glad that I now have both of them because I never saw that 2-pack. So, works out. I don't know if he's exclusive. He might be, I don't know if Booster Gold's exclusive, but I did find him at Target. I know Blue Beetle is exclusive, I think, but I figured we put him next to some random heroes. So I've got a fellow Justice League member. I don't know if he's going to stand perfectly. He's probably not. And I don't have him standing straight up and down. But here's Superman. And then another random hero that just because I think they use the same body mold. Putting him next to Animal Man. Then I figured we'd put him next to a couple of villains, starting with the last villain that we reviewed, which was Captain Boomerang. And then because I felt like it, the other villain we'll compare him to is Godspeed. One of my favorite Flash villains. So yeah. It's a pretty basic action figure. Like I said, I found this at Target. Couldn't pass it up because I've been meaning to have Booster Gold for a while. So to finally have this character is awesome. So yeah. Is there any other comparisons I can do? Not really. At least I don't feel like it. So yeah, very happy to have him in my collection. Very essential DC character. He's been a part of the Justice League. So yeah. But speaking of comics, as always, as you can see, I used the previous reviews. Well, one of the previous reviews boxes. I have quite a few comics from over the weekend. I'll show off all the DC one first. So, we have Alan Scott Green Lantern by Tim Sheridan. So there you go. We have Robins by Tim Seeley. We have Jay Garrick The Flash by Jeremy Adams. And we have this X-Men Milestones comic, which is like a collection of different stories from Marvel, which is titled Messiah Complex. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this review. If you did, like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to think. I usually ask you guys to let me know something about a character. I guess what's a little more obscure character that you feel like doesn't get a lot of love from the DC universe? I have a lot of characters, but one that I often point out is Captain Atom. So, and I don't know, I feel like Booster Gold, for some reason, would work well in a team with Captain Atom. So yeah. If you did enjoy this review, like, share, and subscribe. And hopefully it'll be sooner rather than later. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.